Last week, the tribes dissolved to only Eado and Coret. The Eado tribe consisted of multiple contestants that were fighting against each other all season long.
So we swapped tribes this past Sunday, and I feel like the audience might be expecting me to feel like I'm in danger, and I've heard it from many people. I don't really think that they know what's going on inside of the tribe yet because I'm on the majority, or so I think I am. So at this point, I'm happy with our tribe swap. I'm working with Ruby for sure, and then apparently Therapy and Platinum. So we'll see if they're gonna keep their word with me. If they don't, then I guess I got blindsided, but we'll see if it's truthful.
My alliances are with Therapy, Ruby, and Sasha right now for our team in Eado. But things do have to progress, and I'm thinking about possibly starting an alliance of whom I want to see in like the top 5 or top 6, because after this, we only have 9 people in the competition. So if you have 5 or you have 6, you have the majority. So, I mean, after that, it's just process of elimination.
As of right now, the only people I'm in an alliance with for sure is Ruby. After tonight, I feel like I'll be able to tell for sure if Therapy and Platinum are wanting to work with me, because if they don't write my name down, then that means they've kept their word. So besides Ruby, there's not really anybody else confirmed, but I really would like to work with Dixon because we are friends outside of this competition. But it seems like the 2 people that are from his old tribe that are on our new tribe now, which are Therapy and Platinum, they've told me that they want him gone, if not Quiche. So I don't really know how this is going to work tonight if we have to send 2 people home, because I don't want to have to write Dixon's name down if we have to send 2 people home and they are being truthful about not wanting to blindside me.
Am I a part of any alliances? Well, I tried those 3 times and everyone turned out to be a backstabbing lie. So, no, I'm on my own. Quiche is all I need.
I have an alliance with Platinum, Therapy, and Sasha, so that we would have majority on our tribe. And if we have to send people home tonight, we will be sending home Quiche and Dixon.
Before everything started, me and Colin kind of had like a pact, mostly like, to represent drag kings and stuff like that, which I know James is in here too, but that's completely separate. But yeah, me and Colin have a really good thing going. We're there for each other.
I have mixed emotions about my new tribe. I feel like some of them are being little sneaky little snakes. Dixon, Quiche, y'all next up. Steve Harvey will not apologize for that.
Would Platinum Angel and Sasha Maple mend their problems, or would things simmer to a boil? The Coret tribe contained the entire remaining Coup de Crease members and original Coret loyalists.
I don't really know how to feel about my newly swapped tribe. I don't really know them as well. I'm the only original Eado that's on this new Coret tribe. But we've gotten along this entire competition, just small talk and stuff like that. So I feel okay. I feel okay with them.
My new tribe is pretty all right. We have no qualms so far that I know of. We haven't really talked too much, but we have gotten what we need to do as a team together. We're just not exactly all meshing, but it's solo time now, so that's understandable.
I don't like it one fucking bit. I'm sorry, God. I'm so sorry. This is the way I feel about it, though. I think it's shady. I kind of think the tribe coming in is a little shady because they don't talk. Our last one, we talked all the time. This week, ain't nobody said nothing. You coming into my tribe now. You coming in my house. And you're not gonna say anything to me? Colin doesn't do that.
I feel really good about my new tribe. I feel like I still have my tribe, and then I got a couple of bonus people, some really good creative minds, and some people who are not drama starters or anything like that, so that feels really good to have on my tribe.
So I'm super excited about the new tribe coming together. I've got Lucid, and I've got Colin, and I've got Judy, which I knew Lucid before this. Judy I fell in love with as the competition went on, and I love what Colin does because it's kind of what I like to do when it comes to gender bending. And then the fact that Kudakris is all in the same tribe is really funny. So it kind of just worked out for the best.
Initially, I was super excited with my swaps tribe. When we all revealed our tokens and I saw who was on my tribe with me, I was very excited. It took me about midweek to realize that even though I loved the new tribe, it meant that I was going to have to send somebody else from this tribe home this week, which was kind of a hard realization to hit midweek.
Would these alliances team up against the former Eado members, or would they turn on each other? A secret twist was put into play with the former members of Kudakris. Because their tribe was dissolved, they were given a secret ultimatum. They could choose to play together and receive a clue to an idol, or one of them could play selfishly and receive several fire tokens to themselves, stiffing their former tribe mates.
So nobody knew, but we had a secret advantage for Kudakris. And the secret advantage was either we could play separately, and if we decided to play separately, only one person would get, I think it was like 2 tokens, or if we played together, we had a chance to win an immunity idol. I have a reading disability and read it completely wrong the first time and then had to backtrack, which I felt bad about. So we decided to play together, and we were able to get an immunity idol, and I have a second immunity idol.
When my tribe was disbanded, we were given a hint on our tribe website that we could potentially get a clue to an immunity idol if we were to play together. If somebody on the tribe chose to play selfishly, they would get 3 fire tokens, and then that would be the end of that. At first, Witch messaged Morphine immediately and played selfishly, and then, according to his reading disorder, had his boyfriend reread the thing to him, and then he decided to go back and make sure to play with us. But then when we all agreed to play together and the idol clue went live, Pram and I were both at work, and we were never given a chance to really fight for it, and within maybe 20 minutes, Witch had a second idol. And then he specifically did not want to tell either of us, but Pram and I talk about everything, so she told me that she didn't get it, which meant that he got it. So I messaged him immediately and said congratulations, and he was confused on what, and told me that he didn't want to say anything to us about it until Sunday, which is very suspicious to me, since Pram and I didn't even get a chance to really fight for the idol.
I will stick as close to being a part of Kudakris as I can, but once again, it boils down to numbers for me. I want the best to go to the end because I want the best to win. So if they fall under the radar or they're not doing well, they'll have to go home. And I hate that because I do love my tribe.
He's also said that he would offer one if he feels I need it, but that's also like the hitch in the whole thing is like if he feels that I need it, he's going to offer it. So the problem with that is potentially taking down some of his idols to make myself and some of my other allies safer so that he's just not fully stacked with idols. My alliances will play into that.
For this week's Fire Token task, our contestants were tasked with helping and hindering one member of their tribe. Helping them earn 1 point, and hindering took away 1 point. Any castaway that made it to 3 points or above would receive a fire token. None of the contestants made it to over 3 points. This week's weekly advantage was the shot in the dark. Contestants can risk it all by bidding every single fire token in their inventory to draw from a pile of envelopes. Only one envelope would contain a golden card, and every other would be red. The contestant with a gold card would immediately rejoin the game if they were voted out of the competition.
So our weekly advantage this week was an envelope that if we were to get eliminated could potentially have a golden ticket and save us in the game. If you pulled out a red ticket, you're still going home.
I'm not a gambler, but I am considering this weekly advantage, this shot in the dark thing, because I've got God by my side. If I give all my fire tokens away, it will come back to me 3-fold, 10-fold, 50-fold. I'm not scared, for I have the protection of Jesus.
I've decided to give up all of my tokens for this week's advantage. I like that it's long term and it's not going to mess anybody up. It seems to be a fair bid for me.
You know what? I think I'm going to bid on the weekly advantage because I only have 2 fire tokens and, you know, it's a last chance to stay in the competition if I were to get eliminated, so why not?
This time, the contestants competed in the Tag Team Reward Challenge, in which 2 representatives from each tribe would tag in and out throughout the song, with the best pairing winning 20 bonus points for their team and fire tokens for each of the duo.
Alright, y'all, for today's reward challenge. For today's reward challenge, our contestants will be doing a mini game called Tag Team, and here is how it's going to work. Our contestants will perform to a song that I will announce in just a moment, and periodically you will hear a wrestling bell go off. When the bell dings, they have to tag out with their partner. In our first reward challenge of the evening, our contestants will be performing to Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Let's get ready for a showdown. Let me off the stage, let me off the stage, let me off the stage. Okay, now let's get ready for a showdown. unanimous decision. Make some noise for drumroll, please. The Eado tribe. Therapy, Dupree, and Sasha Maple, you have won 20 bonus points towards your team's score for the first Snatch Game. And you will each receive 10 bonus points following you throughout the rest of the evening, which could help you out later. Make some noise for the Eado representatives. James and Lucid, you will not leave empty-handed. You get to give me a splendid high five before we go. I'm never washing that hand again. Alright, get the fuck off my stage.
For this week's challenge, the contestants had to prepare a celebrity or character impersonation for the Snatch Game. Each contestant would be asked a question, and they had to give a humorous response to succeed. The funniest performing tribe would receive immunity and fire tokens for their victory. The Eado tribe were the first to compete in the Snatch Game.
For my look this evening, I am make-upped down because I am not being the quiche. I will be acting. I am portraying one of my dearest friends, Phyllis Diller. Long live her soul.
For the Snatch Game, I am doing Patrick Starr, if it's not obvious.
So for Snatch Game this time, I'm a lot more confident than I was last season, let's just say that. But I'm doing Dr. Phil, and I have a lot of his main funny lines that are from like just the TikTok jokes, and then a lot of like the attitude that he has. I'm bringing that as well.
I am going to be Josh Safdie's muse of Uncut Gems. Yeah, you know, things like that. I am Julia Fox, you know, here she is. I'm ready to be everyone else's muse too.
For the Snatch Game, I am everyone's favorite President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Baby, Steve Harvey don't know what Snatch Game means, but Steve Harvey came to play some Family Feud, and we out here gonna slay these bitches, okay?
Make some noise for the Eado tribe as I call them out one at a time. Starting with your contestant number 1, Patrick Starr. Patrick Starr, how are things in Bikini Bottom?
They're doing okay, I guess. I don't think everybody's. Then why am I here?
Alright, sit the fuck down. If you are tall, please sit in the back. If you're short, sit in the front. We're going to welcome to the stage your contestant number 2, Donald Trump. They are the Orange Menace themselves. How is prison doing, Donald Trump?
I can't stop. It's absolutely incredible. I remodeled everything. It is now encrusted in gold.
I can't, I'm so... Take a seat, Donald Trump, and make sure you... I can't, I'm so...
New t-shirt, new t-shirt.
That's absolutely going on a t-shirt. Oh, no. Make some noise for our bar owner, Ashley, for helping us with the microphone. Okay, don't cheer for her. She's not doing a good job. We're going to welcome to the stage your contestant number 3. Give it up for Phyllis Diller. I think you should be saying, Phyllis. Phyllis, how are things on your end of town?
Oh, I'm just glad to be here. I'd rather be anywhere at home with all the kids in the pub. I hope they just eliminate each other over food one day when I'm not at home. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Let's welcome welcome to the stage your contestant number 4, the talk show host themselves. Give it up for Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil will get you a whiteboard and a marker. Dr. Phil, I heard your show is ending soon. Is that true?
Yes, stupid bitch.
Amazing. I've never felt more like a stupid bitch than in this very moment. Let's welcome to the stage. You know them, you love them, you saw them dance earlier. Give it up for Steve Harvey. The host of Family Feud.
One thing about Steve Harvey, baby, I don't need to use nobody else's shit. I brought my own motherfucking whiteboard.
Does your microphone work?
It works.
All right, let's welcome to the stage your contestant number 6, Julia Fox. Julia Fox, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling like an icon, a legend, and star, and more importantly, your favorite muse. Hi.
Get your whiteboard and a marker and take a seat. First question of 5. Coret is adding a new item to their menu next week. It's blank with a side of blank. All over. We're going to start with our guest, Presley Onassis. Presley, what is Coret adding to their menu? Blank with a side of blank.
Fresh tilapia with a side of cunt.
Fresh tilapia with a side of cunt. I don't know if Ashley is adding that to the menu. We can ask her. Ashley, are you putting it on the menu? Do you even know how to cook a cunt? She's like, I can figure it out. There's a recipe book back there, and there's a lot of cunts in this room, like replica right here. It looks like our contestants are ready. I'm going to start in the back and make my way to the front. Patrick Starr. Coret is adding a new item to their menu next week. It's blank with a side of blank.
Hey all you people, hey all you people, hey all you people, won't you listen to me? I just had a sandwich. It was no ordinary sandwich. It was a Krabby Patty with jellyfish jelly. It was good.
A Krabby Patty with jellyfish jelly is unfortunately not tilapia and cunt. I can't believe I have to say this. Alright, we're going to move on to our contestant number 2, Donald Trump. What is Coret adding to their menu? Blank with a side of blank.
So they have this new drink that I came up with all on my own. It's called a Bin Laden. It's 2 shots and a splash of water. But let's be real, I was the reason that Bin Laden was captured. If you were going to believe, it's in the news. It's in the news. It made headlines. It was huge.
That is unfortunately not tilapia. Alright, we're gonna move on down just to this gentleman. Coret is adding a new item to their menu, blank with a side of blank.
I feed this every night to my louse and my husband Fang. Because it's the closest I'll ever get to having sex with him. Mushrooms stuffed with Vienna sausages with a side of deviled ham. Think about it.
That is almost tilapia and cunt. But unfortunately not quite a match. We're gonna move on down here. I cannot believe the bald ones sat next to each other. They look the same in the slide right now. We're gonna move on to Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, what is Coret adding to their menu? Blank with a side of blank.
You're ugly, you're stupid, give me $200. That's what they're at in morphine.
Unfortunately, that is not a match. We're gonna move on to Steve Harvey, who apparently has their own whiteboard. Did you bring your own markers, Steve? It's between his legs. Steve, Coret is adding a new item to their menu blank with a side of blank.
First, I want to piggyback off of what this bitch said. Bitch, ain't nobody on this stage got $200. All right. So, survey, I asked 100 people. What should Coret add to their new menu? I said a toothbrush with a side, a toothpaste. Let me tell you something. And morphine, I'm kind of side-eyeing you when I say this. Some of y'all got breath so rancid. Rumplemans can't even have that shit. Okay? When I tell you, my mustache pieces is still coming off after one of y'all said, hi, we are the dog. Disrespectful. Next contestant.
This is already so much better than last year. Mitch, use your hands. We're gonna move on to Julia Fox. Julia, Coret is adding something to their menu blank with a side of blank.
So, you know, I don't know if I helped you out or anything, but I'm Italian, so I was thinking capricciola, fettuccine, maybe spaghetti, but then I remembered this is America. So, I said a Red Bull and free cigarettes?
Honestly, already on the menu. I think I had one of those before the show started. All right, y'all. No points on the board for anyone. They're all doing terribly. Make some noise for the Eado tribe. We're going to move on to our second question. We're going to go to Royal Disaster. Royal, the Christians have lost their minds. This month, they think blank is bringing on the end times.
Oh, God.
Royal, what is bringing on the end times in the Christians' minds?
I think the Christians think that Morphine Drip and her entire Drip dynasty is bringing down everything.
Morphine Drip and the Drip dynasty. I agree. Me and Johnny Deep are bringing the world down. And Sean Dick and Patari. Who else is in this weird drag family? No, I didn't say that. Oh, and Replica, you're ruining the world one step at a time. All right, we are gonna move back over here to Patrick Starr. Patrick Starr, the Christians have lost their minds. They think blank is bringing on the end times.
Well, if you know anything about the Bikini Bottom villains, you know about the Dirty Bubble. I have my own theory about him. I think he's a cum bubble. So, the end time is going to come from dirty cum bubbles. Thank you. Oh. That wasn't acting, that was actually real.
We're gonna move on to our next contestant who doesn't know because they're stoned. Donald Trump, the Christians have lost their minds this month. They think blank is bringing on the end times.
Well, just like Morphine Drip, big, red, absolutely obnoxious. I said China.
I'm gonna need to speak to my lawyer after this before I put this online. China is unfortunately not a match. We are going to move on down to the beautiful, stunning Phyllis Diller. Phyllis, the Christians have lost their minds. What's bringing on the end times?
The worst, most horrible person I've ever met. I would not waste the water to spit on her grave. Quiche Lorraine. Let me tell you about Quiche Lorraine. She is so old. She is so old, her social security number is 2. All of her recipes include mammoth meat. If you're unlucky enough to see her naked, it'll look like she has nipples on her knees.
Unfortunately, a delicious quiche Lorraine is not what's bringing on the end times. It is morphing drip in the drip dynasty. How many times are y'all gonna rag on me tonight? Does anyone in this room have the same ex? Ooh, you got Prozac. I might settle for some Prozac. We're moving on to Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, what's bringing on the end times?
Well, honestly, these Christians need to mind their own damn business because they think drag performers are bringing the end times, but it's really their children.
That's kind of a match. My drag children are bringing on the end times. Make some noise if I should give Dr. Phil a point. 1 point, Dr. Phil, for kind of a match. We're going to move on to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, what's bringing on the end times today?
Okay, let me tell you something. I know a thing or two about Christians. Let me tell you about it. I came here not too long ago from church. As you all know, it is Sunday. Okay. And it seems to me, Christian things telling the truth are bringing end times. I was at church, my sister go tell Sister Cheryl, you look good today. Baby, Sister Cheryl ain't never looked good. And then Sister Cheryl gonna respond, thanks, I just got my hair done. Whoever did it needs to not do that shit ever again. Amen. Disrespectful waste of money. Here you go.
Unfortunately, that long-winded answer was not a match. And we're gonna move on to Julia Fox. Julia Fox, what's bringing on the end times today?
Oh my God. You know, I don't know much about Christians, just really not my thing, but I know one thing is that there's been a lot of political strife lately, specifically with the people here. So I said, sexy, sexy, boom, boom time from the gays.
It is not quite a match. Do you want me to give her a point? Was that a match? I still simply don't think it was, but we'll go off popular opinion. Should I give her a point? Alright, it's a point for Julia Fox. You gotta collaborate and scream it to the microphone. Knoxville doesn't have enough drag shows. This time, we're starting a drag show at the Blaine.
Strip club! Show me!
We're looking for the Cancun. Knoxville doesn't have enough drag shows. We're starting a show at the Cancun. We're gonna go for Patrick Star. Patrick Star, we're looking for Cancun. Where are we starting a new drag show in Knoxville?
I think I got this one. I said, Good Lagoon. But while I have you here, I have an idea. Since we couldn't do Drag Survivor on an island, what if we just take Coret and we move it somewhere else? Problem solved. I should get a point, right?
Good Lagoon rhymes with Cancun. We're gonna move on to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, where are we starting a new drag show?
Well, there's no secret. that there have been sexual relations between Morphe Drift and one of their contestants. So I said Morphe's sex dungeon.
Morphine sex dungeon. That's not close. Not quite. I'm not fucking one of the contestants this year. I've already told y'all I'm gonna fuck one of the judges instead. I might fuck one of the audience members too if you're lucky. We're gonna move on to Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller, where are we starting a new drag show in Knoxville?
I've actually performed here. The elevator in the Hyatt off I-40. Not the worst place I've been booked. I was once booked in a men's room. It wasn't too bad. It was cool and there were a lot of water fountains. But don't drink the yellow water. It's bad for your blood pressure.
I love drinking the yellow water. The audience is going to rebel against me by the end of the night. We're going to move on down here to Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, where are we starting a new drag show?
My show, the Dr. Phil Show, because some of y'all have some real problems that need to get discussed. Starting with you, since you like to drink the yellow water.
My mama. We're going to move on to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, where are we starting a new drag show?
Alright, I asked 100 contestants behind the dumpster behind Coret where our new said drag show is gonna be held at. And the survey said the post office, because we need to ship all that drag back to 2010, back in the back alley. Baby, the disrespect, that is vintage memorabilia, needs to stay where it is. Some of it smells vintage too, baby. Wash your tights.
We've got a lot of vintage memorabilia here tonight. We have some vintage memorabilia right there. She just doesn't know it. We're going to move on to Julia Fox. This is our final response for the Eado tribe. Where are we starting a new drag show in Knoxville?
Well, this is my first time in Knoxville, and I have to admit I'm a little scared. But I can say that something I do love is advocacy. So I think that what we should do is we should go to the Knoxville Penitentiary. Spell it.
All right, that concludes the Snatch Game for the Eado tribe. Make some noise for the Eado tribe.
The Coret tribe were the second to compete in the Snatch Game.
For Snatch Game this week, I'm going to be doing Taylor Swift. She kind of falls into my wheelhouse of pop stars. Comedy is not necessarily in my wheelhouse, so it's a little bit hard to branch out, which is one of the reasons why I stuck with my comfort zone of doing a pop star in this challenge.
I am doing Peggy Hill for the Snatch Game, and I'm very excited. She's just so like painfully mediocre, but delusionally confident, and that's just so iconic to me. I strive to have Peggy Hill's level of confidence.
For the Snatch Game, I'm doing Isabelle from Animal Crossing with her cute little checkered green vest.
I'm doing Jacoby Mugatu from Zoolander.
For Snatch Game, I am doing the King of Rock and Roll, mama.
For the Snatch Game, I am doing Mickey Mouse. I kept trying to think of a character that I thought would be really funny to do that nobody's done yet. Mickey Mouse has a lot of stuff that you can play with.
So we're going to start with your contestant number one of the Coret tribe. They are Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Isabelle, how are things on the island? Amazing. Give it up for Isabelle. You're going to come over and take a whiteboard. Well, you have your own whiteboard. You have your own marker. Oh, they came prepared. Well, then pop a squad for me. Let's make some noise for your contestant number 2 on the Coret tribe. They are Peggy Hill. Peggy, can you give us a taste of your Espanol?
Yo hablas español. Te quiero, Taco Bell.
Okay, a marker and a whiteboard. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna welcome to the stage your contestant number 3, Jacoby Mugatu. Alright, Jacoby, tell us about yourself.
Is this not the Balenciaga Winter Line fashion show? Is it not? Ugh.
Well, shit.
Redid your outfit.
Amazon. That's why it doesn't fit right. Give it up for Jacoby. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna move on to your contestant number 4. Give it up for Elvis Presley. Elvis, what's it like being dead?
It feels great, little mama. You say your name, mama? Morphine? I want a little morphine. I'll meet you go back and
I wonder if Elvis was ever addicted to morphine. He's like, yeah, I sure fucking was there. Let's welcome to the stage your contestant number 5, Taylor Swift! Tell us about your new album, Taylor.
It's all about secrets. But did you buy all 4 of my last album? It made a clock. It was so cute, wasn't it?
Not it made a clock. Give it up for Taylor Swift. And last but not least, make some noise for Mickey Mouse!
Hi everyone, I'm Mickey! You're Mickey Dance Survivor! I grew a penis!
You look like Mickey Mouse from Bendy and the Ink Machine. I'm scared.
Go fuck yourself!
First question for the Coret tribe. Governor Bill Lee is such a fucking baby. This month, he's trying to ban blank. What is Governor Bill Lee trying to ban?
Governor Bill Lee is trying to ban being straight.
Well then what the fuck are we gonna be if they ban being straight? We're gonna start with Mickey. What is Governor Bill Lee trying to ban this month?
Governor Lee is trying to ban Disney Plus because we're woke, yo! I said laugh, you dumbasses!
I'm terrified. Disney Plus unfortunately has nothing to do with being straight. Only queer people watch that shit. So it is not a match. We're gonna move on down to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, Governor Bill Lee is such a baby. This month he's trying to ban blank.
Well, after last week, it's probably puppets. But can we all just agree that he just needs to calm down, take a few seats, and I believe that there's a judge that can show him where a seat is.
Unfortunately, not a match. We're gonna move on down to the contestant whose name I can't pronounce. Give it up for Jacoby. Jacoby. I'm getting it in my brain. Jacoby. Jacoby, what is Governor Bill Lee trying to ban today?
My name is Jacoby Mugatu, international fashion genius. Governor Bill Lee is a good friend of mine, actually. But he's trying to ban child labor. How am I supposed to make my money? When 8-year-olds can't work, nobody wants to work anymore. And I pay pay a living wage. 25 cents an hour is more than enough. More than enough.
I personally am a huge fan of child labor. Put them bitches to work. We're gonna move on down to Isabel. Isabel, Governor Billy's such a baby. This month he's trying to ban what?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Eating pork. I agree, we should ban that. We should. We're moving on down to good old Patton and Peggy. Governor Billy is such a baby this month, he's trying to ban Blaine.
Mediocrity. Luckily, I won't be affected by that.
Incredible, but unfortunately not a match. We're gonna hit things with Elvis Presley. Elvis, what is Governor Billy trying to ban this month?
Hello, lady. Billy this month is trying to ban these hits. Have you seen these things? Have you seen these things?
Unfortunately, these hips, Pretty Mama, is not a match. Give it up for the Coret tribe with their first question. Folgers is changing their slogan. The best part of waking up is blank in your cup.
Waking up next to
The best part of waking up is the piss in your cup.
I agree. I love waking up to piss in my cup.
Piss! Copywritten! You can't say it anymore. You're only $3. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want the pen?
Did you say pigs or piss? Yes, that's a match! Congratulations, Mr. Match. You have one point. Oh my god. Your ears smell up. Oh god. We're gonna move on down to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. The best part of waking up is blank in your cup.
The best part of waking up is Grammys in your cup. I mean, every morning I wake up, there's another Grammy. There's another Grammy in my cup.
Grammys, unfortunately, are not a match. We are, in fact, looking for kids. We're going to move on down to my good friend Jacoby. Jacoby, the best part of waking up is blank in your cup.
My assistant Todd always gives me a foamy latte in the morning, which I promptly chuck into his face. But this go around, it's Morphine's foamy latte, wink, wink, which makes me very farty and bloated. That's piss. Ask anyone. When you pee, does it foam? That's a match.
It's a disease. But it's a match! We're gonna move on down to Isabel. Isabel, the best part of waking up is blank in your cup. Mom's love, I agree, that is the best part of waking up. Alright, well now that we're all crying, we're gonna move on to our next contestant. We're going to move on to our next contestant. Now to Peggy Hill. Peggy Hill, Folgers is changing their slogan. The best part of waking up is blank in your cup.
Well, the best part of waking up is, in my opinion, Folgers in your cup. Because that's how it should be.
You're so right. I don't believe in change either. Moving on to Elvis Presley, the best part of waking up is blank in your cup.
Well, you know, I actually said something very similar to you, but I don't find it in my cup. I like folders in my enema. You know, stay a little backed up sometimes. Yeah, so I don't want it in my cup though. I don't want it in my enema.
Track performers in Knoxville are so talented, if only they could blank.
If only they could send home Sasha Maple.
Drag performers in Knoxville are so talented, if only they could send home Sasha Maple. We're looking for Sasha Maple, starting with Mickey Mouse.
You want to see a magic trick? You want to see a magic trick? Okay, watch, hold on.
Oh, you're cross-dressing now.
This is harder than it looks. I'm a drag queen too, bitch. You sure you don't want to sell me, Drag Survivor? How about I just stand outside your window till you do it? All right, I'll answer the question. They need to learn to rhinestone. Hey, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. I heard a queen last week said she was rhinestone to the gods, and I only saw 10.
Who was it?
Moving on down to Taylor Swift, if only Knoxville drag queens could blank.
If only Knoxville drag queens could perform songs about their exes. It works for me with my sold-out tours.
I've performed a few songs about my exes. We're moving on down to my good friend Jacoby. If only Knoxville drag queens could blank.
If only Knoxville drag queens could design their own costumes. What do? Buy some shit from Amazon? And then rhinestone it to the gods? I invented the piano key necktie. I did that. What have these queens done? Nothing! They've done nothing!
Now that the sound system is low, we're going to move on down to Isabel. Isabel, drag performers in Knoxville are so talented, if only they could blank.
Come to with a loud snap and the sound of a horn.
She's been lying to us this whole time. She can speak English. We're going to move on down to Peggy Hill. Peggy Hill, drag performers in Knoxville are so talented, if only they could blank.
I said, be more talented. If I had gotten by on my good looks alone, I would not be where I am today.
Good answer. Moving on down to our final contestant, Elvis Presley. What did Knoxville drag entertainers need to do?
I just said they need to give them a little every now and then, a little something on the stage, you know? A little movement.
I completely agree, but unfortunately not much. Alright, y'all, that concludes the Snatch Game for the Coret. Try make some noise for them one more time. Contestants, I'm going to call you off the stage one at a time. I'm going to stand over here to the side since this is your area. You will make your final comments on the microphone as you exit the stage. Make some noise for your contestant number 1, Mickey Mouse.
What's up? Huh? Final words! Hasta la vista, dumbass!
Incredible, you are dismissed from the stage. Make some noise for your contestant number 2, Taylor Swift.
Guess it's time to go home to my cats. And kids don't cats without TS.
She's so right for that. Make some noise for your contestant number 3, Jacoby. Something last name I don't know.
It's you got to, you dumb bitch.
I am a dumb bitch, you are correct.
Final words. Obey my dog.
Absolutely phenomenal. Make some noise for your next contestant, Isabel. Incredible. Make some noise for your next contestant, Peggy Hill. Any final words, Peggy?
Thank you so much for having me. I am finally getting the recognition I've always given myself.
And last but certainly not least, make some noise for Elvis Presley. Rock and roll.
Following the end of the Snatch Game, our judges determined which team was funniest and acted most like their characters. The winning team would all receive fire tokens, and the losing team would be forced to vote someone out.
Are we ready to find out who won the Snatch Game? We take into account the audience votes so far, as well as all of our judges' scores and the reward challenge. The winning tribe for the Snatch Game, drum roll please. The Coret tribe. Each of you gets a fire token for your victory. Congratulations, you are safe. We're gonna pass it down here.
Coret were declared the winners, sending Eado to Tribal Council. The highest scoring contestant would receive immunity and a fire token for their victory.
I'm being told just now, no one ever tells me anything, that 3 people will be going home this eve. Well, we know who my first one is going to be. I don't do names. The little maple girl. I still am holding a grudge against that one. And if I have to choose a second one, I think the therapist has to go. A little loopy and a bit annoying.
The alliances I got are Platinum, Sasha, Ruby, and me, of course. I think that it's going to be a really good thing for us to stick together. We're all strong players. You know, we all know what the fuck we doing here. So at the end of the day, we need to come together. Okay, we need to get Keish out of the game because she's too strong. And Dixon, well, he needs to just go again for the 3rd time.
Our primary target at this point is Keish. I'm not sure how they're gonna do. I'm actually very proud of them. They're like stepping out of their comfort zone now and doing something different. And I feel like the judges are really gonna eat that up. So I feel like they might actually have a very good shot at winning if they're funny for the first part of Snatch Game. And so, and that being said, I feel like if Keish wins, Dixon's gonna be the first one that goes home, and then hopefully Keish doesn't win for the second part, so that way if the 4 people that are saying that we're gonna work together are being truthful, that Keish will be the one going home. So Keish, then Dixon, unless one of them beat each other to the immunity before the other one does.
Their overall performance in the Snatch Game and the reward challenge included. Make some noise for your individual immunity winner, Therapy Dupree. Therapy, you are safe from Tribal Council. How do you feel?
Sexy.
Sexy is the way to feel. Please reveal your vote. Contestants, please stop taking your time casting these votes. We got 2 more Tribal Councils.
I've made my peace, so all I will say is I forgive you.
color bell. And we were taught to smile on your face while we stab you in the back. Thank you.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to
I would like to say that Steve Harvey has an immunity idol that he is not gonna play today.
You earned that money. You got it. You got it, Barry. You got it.
All right, we will now reveal the first vote. The fourth person voted out of Drag Survivor Season 3. Tell you how you feel.
Face my fate with dignity and grace. Jealousy has rose its ugly head here today. Face me, pissant. This is the face of a star. An ancient proverb. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Peace out.
Oh, I was not surprised. They've been gunning for me since day one, but never mind. I have a trip planned to Aruba with Bernadette Peters in the morning anyway. The other competitors, they are now on the list. To the fans, I love you, my little sweet baby pantses, and you will see me again. Mwah.
Quiche Lorraine was voted out by her tribe due to the overwhelming support of the audience and her impressive track record. With one of the biggest competitors in the game knocked out, who would rise to stardom and take the lead?